What's going on, everyone? So Los Angeles Lakers are coming off of two straight losses. One was a tough loss that you probably should have won in the Phoenix Suns game. You know, you kind of look at that loss and you kind of brush it off and just go, hey, if it was the worst game LeBron's had, in the last 10 years, if he was like half decent, you win that. The bench, was just made one more bucket, you win that, right? Like, you can kind of talk yourself into, hey, we were like a possession away from winning that game, even with all of the issues and concerns and poor shooting and all that stuff, right? But then you follow that up with a just blowout, start to finish, dominant performance by the Cleveland Cavaliers, and you just get played completely off of their floor, right? And it wasn't a good game at all. You were never in that game whatsoever. That game, in my opinion, kind of just boiled down to turnovers and lack of proper offense, right? Obviously, the shooting and stuff was terrible. Lakers shot 21% from three-point range in that game, but they shot 50% from the floor overall, 49% from the floor overall, and they took 33 free throws, which is insane that you still lost by 24 points. We're down by almost 30 at times. And on top of that, you won the rebound battle. But you look at, they had almost as many turnovers as assists. They had 20 turnovers to 21 assists. So you didn't play the right way offensively, and you didn't take care of the basketball. And literally, they had something like 35 points off of the turnovers that the Lakers committed. Right? You cut that in half, it's a completely different game. And then if you get, say, 25 assists instead of 21 assists, now you win the game. Right? Where you look at the Cavs side of things, they had 12 turnovers and 37 assists. So you had one team that played the right way and won the game, one team that didn't play the right way and lost. And we've seen what happens when the Lakers play the right way. They win. They were 3-0 when they played the right way. Even in a game in which they didn't shoot the ball well, they still were able to win because they played the right way. So now you're going into a 2-game stretch here against the Toronto Raptors, not a back-to-back, but just a 2-game stretch against Toronto Raptors and then the Detroit Pistons. You have 2 games to get yourself right. You have 2 games to kind of right the ship, get things back in order before you go and play the Grizzlies on November 6th for the final road game. I said that I thought the Lakers would go 3-2 on the road, right? I still think that they can do that. You win the 2 Raptors and the Pistons game, all of a sudden you're there. Raptors are not a very good team to begin with, and now they don't have Scotty Barnes. So this is a game that you absolutely should win. There's no excuse to lose this game. Even if you shoot poorly, you should still win this game if you play the right way. And then obviously the Detroit Pistons. But we need guys to show up, right? D'Lo's got to wake up. D'Lo has been bad. D'Lo has not been a very good basketball player to start the season. He's kind of been phased out in a lot of ways, just because, again, like, if he's not shooting the ball well, you don't need his playmaking as much, given the style of offense in which you're running. So he kind of gets neutralized now. But beyond him, right, we need guys in general to pick it up. Anthony Davis is having an MVP level campaign. Anthony Davis has been absolutely spectacular all season. He was a little rough in that Cavs game, but still gave you 22 and 13 on 9 of 7 shooting, a block and 2 steals, right? Like, he's still doing his part. LeBron James bounced back, gave you 26, 6 and 3, but we need the other guys. Look, LeBron James and Anthony Davis are going to do their part. You know that they're going to show up. You know that they're going to play. But these other guys, you look at the last game, Rui, 28 minutes, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, right? 1 steal, 2 turnovers. Austin Reeves, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 of 6 from the floor, 1 of 4 from 3, 4 turnovers, right? You look at D'Angelo Russell, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 of 7 from the floor, 0 of 3 from 3. He was 6 of 6 from the foul line. But again, like, guys are not doing their thing. Dalton Connect was great off the bench, but he did it in garbage time against a bunch of back-end players. Can he do that in the flow of a game against starting-level talent, or at least teams' key role guys? If we can get other guys to step up and start playing the right way, then we can absolutely start rattling off these 2 wins. This is where you want to look. This is where you want to, okay, we had the 2 bad games. We had the 2 hiccups where we didn't play the right way. Just get back to playing the right way. Watch film, do what you got to do, kind of go over all of the ins and outs, X's and O's, cross T's, dot your I's, and then use this Raptors game as well as the Pistons game to get your legs back under you. Get yourself back to being right, so that way you can start, through 10 games, be 7-3. Right? 6-4 was kind of what I thought before the season began, through the first 10 games. But I do think 7-3 is very realistic. I mean, you look at their schedule coming up, and, again, you have these 2 games, which are incredibly winnable, and you should win. But then you got the Grizzlies. That's a game that is going to be tough, don't get me wrong, but you should win. And then you have the Sixers, who they still might not have Joel Embiid and Paul George, who knows. But then you got the Raptors again, the Grizzlies again. I think Lakers win at least one, if not both of those Grizzlies games. Then you got the Spurs, who you should beat, the Pelicans, who you should beat, the Jazz, who you should beat. Right? I mean, this month is a month to really start gaining some traction, gaining some footing. Right? Start in November. You have a handful of games. You got the Suns again. You got the Thunder. You got the Nuggets. Right? Those are 3 games that are going to be tough, right? I know the Nuggets are having their struggles, but they're going to figure some stuff out and probably be pretty good still. Thunder are obviously the best, if not the second best team in the league at worst, behind the Boston Celtics. Right? You have a lot of very winnable games, but you also have a couple tough games, right? So if you can go in this stretch of November, if you can go they have 14 games. So if you can go 9-5, 10-4, something like that, right? That would be huge. And now all of a sudden you look up and, you're 13-5 or something like that. And you're probably a top 3 seed in the Western Conference. And you just keep tacking away. But you got to take it a game at a time. And it starts with this game today against the Toronto Raptors, who are a team that, again, they're not a very good basketball team. But guess what? You're the Lakers. And they would love to beat the Lakers. They would love to show up and just run you off their court. You're the Lakers. You're going to get teams' best efforts every night. Teams do not take nights off against the Lakers because they want the attention. They want the spotlight. They want to show, oh, look, we can beat the Lakers. Right? They're really no other team in the league that teams go at the way that they do the Lakers. Because Lakers get all the media attention. Lakers get all the spotlight. And if you have a standout, ball-out game against the Lakers, you're going to get some recognition. Right? So we need to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do. Stick to the game plan. Stick to what J.J. Redick and the coaching staff lays out. Right? Trust the process. Good games happen, bad games happen. I'd rather have, the Cavs game in Game 5 of the season than Game 50 of the season. Right? Like, you'd much rather it be now, working through your hiccups. You knew that there would be ups and downs early on because this is a new team that's running a new system. I know the players are the same, but it's an entirely new, and not just like straightforward, like, hey, we're going to run, a play every other possession. No, you went from running no plays to a very intricate offensive system. One that is multi-layered, and you're running actions on top of actions layered on top of each other. A play gets broken up, you immediately go, like, you're going to have those moments where it's just, hey, this game got away from us. But you need to beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. You beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. You win the series against the teams that are kind of the 50-50 ones. And then you at least split against the teams that are the top of the top. And that, you're a top 3 to 4 seed in the Western Conference. And we can go start getting ready for these playoffs. Obviously, Lakers still have a lot of needs. I still want a trade to get done. Even when the Lakers started 3-0, talked about how trades need to be done. But I do think the Lakers are in a good spot. Lakers are better than they were last year, right? The coaching is much better than it was last year. You already see that. That's already very apparent. But you got to keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. You got to play the right way, and you got to kind of use these next 2 games to get out whatever you need to get out. Work out whatever you need to work out, so that way you can get ready for the tougher matchups and make sure you're winning those games too. But I trust this team. I like this team. We got to ride with the guys, but let's go get this win today. Let's start the month of November off correctly, pull out a W. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you think, yes, Lakers, they're going to go get this win today. Things are going to line up, going to be good, kind of work out the bugs, kind of work out the kinks that you need to work out, and then kind of right the ship. Again, you win these next 2 games, all of a sudden you're 5-2, and the narrative has changed. The conversation has changed. Whenever any team loses 2 straight games, the questions come of is this team this, that, the other. But you had 3 very tough games. The Lakers' schedule, the first 5 games were brutal, and you had a winning record coming out of that. That's great. That's great to have, considering you had you had a back-to-back. You had 4 games in 6 nights, right? You played, 5 playoff teams to start, and the Lakers came out ahead. It's what you want to see. But anyway, again, how do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are, love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.